What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Evercrisis video. Alright guys, sorry about the lack of videos. This is the long weekend. It is Thanksgiving for us in Canada. My kids are obviously home all day. No daycare, no school. My wife and I have been running amok here, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, and having family time. So I apologize with the lack of videos dropping, but we are here to do a Crisis Dungeon on very hard mode for Mako Reactor 1. So I'm going to show you guys real quick the setup, and then we're going to jump into it, and we're going to start tackling this together so you guys can see how to get S plus mode. Now I'm going to go in with about 110-ish, 109. So the first thing I want to point out, guys, is change all of the ruin blows to the ruins to ruin blows. Okay, it's very important that you do that. The reason why is because there's a counter that the last boss does, the Scorpion, if you do any kind of cast. So switch it over to anything that gives you the blow rather than the actual ruin magic cast. Okay, so very important to do that. So here we're going to switch it over for Sephiroth, and we're going to do the same thing for Aerith here. Cloud already has a put in for his Buster Sword, so he's fine. You don't have to worry about him at all. So his Buster Sword will do that for him. But here for Aerith, we just want to go in here and make sure that we put in there we go, one that will do a blow, so that way the counter doesn't affect you. Now we have Fairy Tail, Mithril Rod here, Healing Gear, Ice Breach, Thunder for obviously more damage, Bazooka, Solid Bazooka, we have 1,000 Waves, and this for healing, right? So we have HP and healing set up. Here's the stats if you want to look at it: 4.6k, 36k total. Sephiroth, we have Edged Wings for ice damage, we have the Nameless, we have his Garb, Whiteout for damage, Thunder, Fire, and then of course the Ruin Blow for X. And then sub weapons, we gave him a little bit more magic there, and as well as his attack with his new Torn Wings, and then the Shiva Blade for a little bit more HP. Okay, and then for Cloud, it's the Murasame, the Buster Sword, Water Blow just for stats. Only reason why I have it on there, guys. There's no other reason for it. We have the Sigil Blow here with the stats here, the following: HP and attack. I could probably level that up, but I won't just for this fight. And then we have the Triangle Ruin. Again, not required. It's just there in case anything happens. I think maybe there is, maybe somebody has a triangle. And then we have the Parasol. This is, I believe, the Zweihander for boost attack, and then the Stingray for physical attack. So pretty straightforward stuff, guys. Nothing over the top. 4.4k. If you look at the total power here, I'm running this with 108, and this is the very hard Crisis Dungeon for Mako Reactor. Okay, so I've done this. I've died on the last boss because I mismanaged a few things, specifically not going from defense to offense accidentally for the stance, and it kind of messed me up for DPS. So I'm not going to make that mistake this time, and I'll make sure we do this as a perfect run. Okay, so let's start off with this boss here. This is going to be two of the T-Moth Busters. Weak against Thunder. They do a lot of AoE damage, so get prepared for that. Stance is going to be very important here to go between offense and defense. So we'll go ahead and do this one first, okay? So Cloud here is going to be your main form of DPS, right? He's going to be doing all of the damage here for you guys. So just remember, these guys do a lot of AoE damage, and your goal here is to switch back and forth between defense and offense stance to mitigate as much of that as you can, okay? So here we go. Let's hear it's a quick charge is coming. See, this is the high voltage. That's what I'm talking about. So they do a lot of damage with high voltage. So get ready for it. Get ready to switch out into defensive stance. And just take the hit here. There it is. Someone's going to get hit real bad, all of us specifically. And then the other one's going to start casting it, okay? So here, they actually do quite a bit of damage on you. So your next fight, you're going to go in with quite a bit of your HP, a chunk of your HP missing on the next boss, okay? Just so you guys are aware of that. Don't be surprised. This is a common occurrence for anybody who's free to play with these guys. They're just meant to hit really hard. There it is again. Okay, heal everybody back up, and just focus on DPSing this opponent down quickly. It'll just be easier that way if you guys can get it down. Aerith can also do it as well. The next boss is a lot easier. I think it's the Prototype Airbuster, if I recall. Alright, Drill Strike. Here we go. We can avoid that damage. Alright, let these guys do their thing. Let's throw in a couple more Thunders. Charge 3 now. He's obviously going to be doing a lot more damage as well. So this is where you might want to continue going in, defense, take the shock. Good. If he goes into high voltage again, if you can't finish him off with your normal attacks, you may want to consider doing your cross slash just to finish it, but you should be okay. Like this is the one here, ultra high, right? So pretty easy to finish it before then as a free to play, even at 109 or 108, whatever the power I have going in here. So this should give us about 50 to 60, 54. There you go. So not bad. Not bad. Ideally, you want to aim for the 60,000 mark, but it is what it is. You're going to have to, you know, as free to play, you're going to have some difficulties with some battles, and some battles take longer than others, so no worries. Physical attack for sure, increase there, because you want Cloud to have as much damage as he can. Okay, obtain a tent. That tent's going to serve you later on, so don't use it yet, okay? So this boss here, there's something that's very important. During his Sigil break, you're going to want to kill that Sigil break quickly before he does Tank Buster. The longer Sigil break takes, the more his Tank Buster does in terms of damage. So very, very important, guys, to remember that part and try to just get out as much damage as you can on him before he even gets to that phase, and then break that Sigil as fast as possible. So save some of your ATB bar for that phase as well too, so you guys can break it quickly. I think the least I've had is 30%. I'm sure I can do better, unless there is no lower than 30%. But it was like a really, really fast Sigil break mode, if I remember. I think it was like less than 5 seconds before I broke it. So, okay, EM field's coming up. It's gonna do a stun. So just defend it. It's an AoE stun. It doesn't always stun, so don't worry about that either. You may get stunned, you may not. Physical defense down, it does cause, there's a stun right there. You guys see it. So loading program, this is what I'm talking about. Break this quickly, guys, like super, super fast. Get rid of it. Don't allow it to connect for too long, and you guys will be golden. There you go. Perfect. So next is going to be Tank Buster. So just throw in some DPS at this phase. Thunder specifically is going to do the most amount of damage here because obviously he's weak to it. So just use Cloud. Just throw in as much DPS as you possibly can and get ready for Tank Buster, which is coming up. Okay, here we go. Unleash Tank Buster. So here you want to just heal up a little bit. So 30%. I think that is the lowest you can get, to be honest. I haven't seen lower than that, and I've done it pretty quickly every single time. So we're going to let this go through. Even let that, that's fine. If my bar goes down, it's not going to hit that hard at 30%. See, like, I mean, not too bad. It wasn't too bad. All right, and here he's gonna reboot, break the Sigil again. Okay, here we go. Break. We'll be quick about this one. He's gonna do Braver, so that's perfect. Cloud's getting a little bit of an ass whooping, but that's okay. Here we go. This is where you'll just heal, and then just finish him off here, guys. There we go. Okay, so the next enemies are going to be pattern enemies. They're always there. No matter what, you will encounter these enemies, right? So they're going to be annoying as hell. They're going to be the Rangdas or whatever they're called. They're going to do water dance, and they do a lot of damage, so you got to kill them quick. Okay, there we go. That's done. Next boss. So here we're going to go lightning potency. Now, magic attack, A and B can be reduced. Quite honestly, I'm going to just stick with just 5%. I don't want to reduce my magic attack, because Seth and Aerith are both magic attack users. That's going to be a pretty big chunk gone. Okay, so here we're going to encounter those enemies that I was talking about very shortly, before we tackle on to the next boss here, okay? There we go. There might be the Mothbusters as well. It's one of the two for sure. Yeah, it's the Mothbusters, okay. So the Rangdas are actually back in the other area where I normally would have got the 200 crystals. But because we've already got the last run, I don't have to worry about it. But you can fight them if you want to build up more of your bar, right? Let's kill this guy off quick. And high voltage coming up. So get ready for Aerith to heal just for a second. Go back. We're not going to be able to kill this guy quick enough, so get ready for that damage to come in, okay? Here it is. It's just that AoE. Right, there it is, right there. Pretty big damage, actually, for just a regular mob. It's really annoying, to be honest. Like, these guys all hit hard. There's no weak enemies in this whole stage for free to play. Okay, we build up, though, enough. So the next boss, I believe, if I remember correctly, is that tank with the machine guns attached to it. Right, this guy here. Okay. So he does poison and a stomp that hurts really, really badly. So the poison is going to be a nuisance because he does it right from the beginning. So the first thing you might want to think of doing is going in and doing this before he gets the poison off, just to do a little bit of damage. Save your healing winds, okay? because that poison is going to start ticking really fast, and you don't want to be stuck not being able to heal on time, because again, he'll do that and then a stomp, and the stomp itself actually hurts a lot too. So get ready for the poison, just block it. Here it is. Pretty straightforward. The damage itself up front is nothing. It's the dots that hurt. The dots being damaged over time. Okay, so here's energy focus. Now he's gonna start doing stomp, and this is where I'm talking about. You need to top off here before he does it, or else you're gonna be in for a hurting for sure. Okay, so get ready to stop to heal. Did I get a heal off? I'm not even sure. No, I didn't get a heal off on time. Here, we'll do it now. See what I mean? That poison is built that way for a reason. Okay, so the poison's gonna go away very soon now. Here you want to just break this for sure. Fire blast coming, just block. Defend there. Again, mixed with the poison, all of this is deadly. All the AoE is deadly with the poison in there. It's meant to be, right? So the next fight you're gonna have to use items, guys. Tent might be a useful thing to use in the next fight, just so you guys can recover a lot of your HP. And don't worry about, the big thing is don't worry about your item usage, okay? It's gonna take away your points, yes, but it's I mean, you need to survive to finish this, so keep that in mind. All right, so here we go. He's almost dead. We'll get him in the next one, if not this one. Ready missiles. Okay, before he does his missile move, here it is. Just do your cross slash. Hopefully you can kill him off here with the next hit real quick before he does anything else on you. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's a tough fight. That fight is built to dot and AoE you on time. Like you guys saw, I almost didn't get my heal off on time. Actually, I didn't get my heal off on time, and it would have been KO for all my units if I had less HP. This is why the HP boost is so important in a lot of these fights, right? Because they allow you to survive a lot of these attacks that normally would one-shot you. So very, very important, guys, to keep that in mind when you're doing this. So restore max HP, restore current HP. So we want max HP. So I'm gonna go ahead and restore clouds. I'm gonna save my tent for a second until I do this. And this will, I mean, we'll do one more just to be safe. Then we'll do the tent here, okay? So there we go, tent's done. We're gonna use, so I used all those items for a reason, guys, because the next two bosses are the last two bosses, and these guys don't mess around. They're no joke, okay? So both bosses hit very, very hard. The missiles that this guy does in the beginning hit for a big chunk of your HP, and then he has a phase as well that's really annoying to deal with. So get in there, DPS as much as you can. He's gonna activate Big Bomber. So here we're gonna just go ahead and do this right away. Just start building your limit break again, guys. Just, it's no point in waiting and wasting that extra damage. So just build it up. We'll do this first. Get a little bit of defense up. And get ready here to defend and then re-heal, okay? Here it is. Defense mode. This is going to hit really, really, really hard. It's meant to. And then he's going to do EM field following this up, okay? So remember that as well. There we go. Heal up. Good. Now go ahead and back to DPS, okay? So EM field's going to start charging. Hinder is what it's called before he starts doing it. There it is. So it's another AoE, not as hard hitting, so don't worry about it too much, but enough to be a nuisance because it does stun as well. So hopefully you won't get stunned here. For anybody, if you do, it's not a big deal. Again, you'll get out of it. The other problem, of course, is the fact that it also does defense down on magic and on physical, and then he's loading his Big Bomber, and this is where you want to start getting rid of it as soon as you can, okay? Start throwing in your damage. I'm gonna save my heal for now until I need it. It's almost done. Okay, there it is. DPS, DPS, DPS. Get as much DPS as you can here. Okay, there it is. All right, here we go. He's gonna come back in. Now, I might lose a character or two in this next upcoming part. Because Tank Buster does a lot of damage. So save your, so here, we're gonna do these two right now. I'm doing these because in case somebody dies, my DPS is out of the way, right? I don't have to worry too much about it. So somebody most likely will get one shot here. Because I don't think I was fast enough to really kill that Tank Buster. Actually, I don't even think it matters in this fight. I think he does full damage no matter what, no matter how fast you kill it or not. So here, get ready. Here we go. Okay, someone's gonna get killed, most likely. I just didn't see who it was. Sorry, probably Cloud. Oh, Seth. Okay, Seth's dead. Rather Seth than Cloud, to be honest. I'd rather have Seth dead. Okay, so let's go in. And again, break this. If you can. If not, don't worry about it. Honestly, you might be able to just better off to DPS it. And just kill off with Cloud. Because all he does when he goes into standby mode, he just reloads his bomb. So just let's totally kill them in this run here. There we go. Okay. We're going to lose some points there for that. That was a while. These two last fights, guys, for free to play are tough. Especially at the 108 level or 108 power. It's not easy. See, 48k. So, you know, aiming for 50 plus would be ideal. 48's a little low. We might not get the S plus we were looking for, but we might get close to S. It's all going to come down to the last boss, right? So physical attack for sure. Okay, so you guys can see here, I don't have much left in terms of HP. We are going to get some supplements coming up very soon. So not the end of the world. Don't worry about it. You will be fine on the last fight. You're just going to have to use all your items to survive it. That's the main thing. So here's the fight that I was talking about. Kill these guys off. These guys do a lot of damage as well. I believe this is 2 Rangdas and a Mothbuster. Focus on the Rangdas first. Okay, here we go. Gotta kill these guys fast, okay? So do not let them pull off too much damage because they will kill you very, very quickly. So there's one dead. Focus on this one now. Hopefully you can pull it off. If not, get ready to defend. Yeah, you're gonna have to defend here. Seth died again. You guys saw that. That's fine. He's gonna have to get healed again. Like, we don't have much HP left. High voltage is gonna hit hard. So get ready for it. Okay, going in. Let him do his thing. It's gonna hurt, but you guys will survive it. There we go. Again, you're not really judged here on this by dying, so don't worry too much about it. It just really hurts and sucks because after this you're gonna have to use more items to bring Seth back up, right? So that's kind of the big problem. So your item count is gonna go down quite substantially. And that's fine. It's minimal in comparison to, like, you know, doing worse on a boss. Item loss points for item loss is not too bad, right? I think we're gonna be maxed though at this point in terms of how much items we've lost. Okay, so there's 3 supplements. This is gonna be a tough fight, guys. It's gonna be a tough fight. Max HP. So like this puts him at 2,400. Cloud is honestly more important than Seth in this, so I'm almost okay with doing this and getting her back up. Giving a cocktail to Cloud is probably more important as well because he is going to be built for. We're gonna do this twice. So item wise, guys, like, we've lost all points. So I'll be surprised if I get an S here. I might get an A plus. But again, this is meant to be tough, right? I have 110. I have less than 110 CP for this fight purposely to see if I could do it, right? So keep that in mind. So first thing we're gonna do here, guys, we're gonna do Ice Breach. Okay, Ice Breach, and then Seth is gonna die here. So don't even stress over it. Tail Laser is 100% gonna kill him. Your goal though is to put in as much damage as you can before that happens with him. Now, because of Ice Breach and his magic attack down, or his magic defense down, Whiteout's going to do a fairly big chunk of damage here. There we go, 24k. And now your goal really is, at the end of the day, to make sure you can, let's first off top him off just a little bit, but make sure he does his aerial Frostblade as much times as you possibly can before this is over, because you know how slow this casts, right? There you go, a little bit of damage there at least. And then here comes Tail Laser, which will for sure gonna kill him right now. No question about it. Right? It's gonna happen. No matter what happens at that point, you're gonna lose him. Somebody dies, I'd rather it be him, because Cloud actually does do more damage here. And this part here, you're gonna have to kind of defend through a little bit and heal through a little bit, okay? And the next part, he's gonna do 2 fire missiles, and the next part you're going to need to get ready for the Sigil break mode, which is the counter mode, and that's where you have to use the ruin blow rather than ruin the cast, okay? Because he actually does end up countering you right here. He does end up countering you if you don't use if you use a spell. So you have some time to finish it off. It's a lot of time actually. So you should be able to do it no problem. Let's do this. Let's go back here. Make sure she casts it. Okay, we have one more left. So we should have enough time to finish this. You know what? I can probably go back to Aerith and finish it faster. So let's do it with her. So like you see here, the counter is not going down, right? It's all based off of a cast. So very important, guys, to remember that. That's going to be key to winning this battle. So we broke a Sigil. We get more points for that, which is great. Now throw in as much DPS as you can with Cloud. Aerith has a heal. She's targeted now. She's going to die after this tail laser. So make sure Cloud is fully healed up here and gets what he needs in order to survive. Okay, so do this now. Get it out of the way. It'll multiply the amount of damage he does with his cross slash by having 2 limits available, and hopefully you can now DPS this part. Okay, she's gonna die, so let her just take the hits. Just thunder away, man. Just thunder. Seriously, throw in any piece of extra DPS you can throw his way, and let her just take the hit. Okay, there we go. So there's tail laser. She's dead. No matter what you do here, guys, she's gonna die. You don't have enough health. So now the goal is just strictly one more thunder strike, and it's game over. Okay. And again, we're gonna lose a lot of points for that, and that's fine. Like, you don't lose points for dying, but just the length of how long it took to finish this is gonna take a little bit. It's gonna take a hit. It's gonna hit us a little bit in terms of points, but it's complete, right? That's the most important thing. Let's see what the result is. 43k. So we're gonna probably end up with an A, guys, not an S+. This is a difficult stage. Don't get me wrong. So on my pay to win account, this was no problem, obviously, because I had 150k when I went in. But at 110k, let's see what we get. I'm curious. We might be surprised. There it is, A+. That's what I thought we are gonna get. So where we kind of suffered here, guys, was the following. Okay, we're gonna look at some of these bosses. 60k, no problem. 43k was tough. This was the last boss. 48k was tough. This was the last boss. And 60k and then 54k. Now, if we increased the damage on one of these ones, or at least, yeah, I think the max hit damage specifically would have given us way more score. See, like 91k. Let's see. Damage taken was huge, obviously. I mean, the points though was pretty much the same. So we're fine for points there. Total battle time, we lost a lot of points for the Scorpion, right? And everything else was 20k. And then exploited weakness, they're very small amount of points for that. But really, at the end of the day, the biggest one was the max damage hit, which, if you look here, 5,000 points there only. So, and then 7,000 here. So, some things to remember when you're doing this. Battle clear bonus 3,600, 9,000, 3,600, 1,800. So some of these things are like, they're just not very good. So A+, guys, there you guys have it. Somebody requested this. We got some mithril ore at least in it, and we got ourselves an A+, and some extra blue crystals and some more tokens, but it's complete. There you guys have it. This is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great Thanksgiving, guys, if you are in Canada. The rest of you have a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna go spend some time with my wife and hang out a bit, and then I'll come see you guys when she's asleep. I'll see you guys in the next one.